since my last video, I referenced that there was like 900 subscribers, and as of today, hold on, let me check this again to be sure. 1,397. I I don't know what to say. I like I said, okay. I need y'all to understand something real quick. I've been doing YouTube since 2006. Okay, that Lonely Girl, Lassie Geertsen, Amazing Atheist, Shane Dawson. That what was that dude's? What was that one dude's name they, that he had a movie with John Cena? I forgot his name. Fred. Uh, that the dude with the big eyebrows equals three. All those cats. Like in the time that I been on YouTube, I've seen all those cats go viral. I've never watched their videos. I never exactly like followed General Marbles. Like I never but these are the people that used to be like on the front page. I've seen YouTube back when they used to literally have the star ratings, and it would literally like be like 1 through 5 star ratings before they started doing the likes and dislikes. I I remember when you could like video reply somebody else's video. Like you could literally use somebody's video and literally like make a video as a reply to their video, and the beginning of that video would have re colon dot dot on it. It was to put this in perspective. There was a lot of things about YouTube that I've seen in the time that I've happened to do this. So, and in all that time, nobody ever watched any of my videos. I'm not gonna say nobody ever, but like only very few people watched my videos, and even less commented, even less like interacted with me on that level. It was like personal friends or just random people that I met at the conventions that I would go to. But at no point did I ever think I would ever go like I would have liked to go viral back then, but I was never under the impression that it would actually ever happen. I'm not an attractive white person. You know what I'm saying? So it was this basically it. Tay Sunday. In the process, I grew to accept the fact that you're not gonna you're not gonna like I grew to accept the fact that you're not gonna watch my videos, so that means that I could just get on here, say whatever I want, do whatever I want, because I don't have to worry about the possibility of losing parts of my fan base, because I never have a fan base. So I used YouTube as just my personal rant space because of the fact that therapy is too expensive, and like I could just write all this stuff down, but like I always sort of lose track. So it's crazy to see my view count, like my subscriber count go from 900 since the last video to 1,300. That is unreal. That's 400 users on here basically saying, that's 400 more users saying, yeah, let's see what this guy got to offer. Man, I hope that I hope that this means that my other videos are going to get watched other than that one video that everybody's just flocking to. But but out of good faith, I do want to actually like talk about that other video for a moment, because I've been reading the comments, and it's it's very clear to me that there definitely needs some things that just need to be revisited. For one, nobody actually. I'm convinced that a lot of people read the title and just immediately got triggered from the title. They just read the title and it was like, oh crap, I gotta respond to this, right? And and for every decent person who has for every decent person who's had like at least some meaningful advice that I actually did take in, there has been a bunch of people who have just been repeating the same thing over and over, or like speaking from a place that is remarkably tone deaf, if not just outright malicious. Let's talk about the tone. Let's talk about the tone deaf people first, because I gotta give you the salt before I give you the sugar. You know what I'm saying? The tone deaf folks are people who say stuff like "get a job" or "get a better job" or "get a CDL" or "get certified" or certain like that. It's like, the first off, I really do feel like we kind of need to like stop making it seem like something is really that easy to obtain. Like, people don't. It's kind of like how folks say go to college to get a better job, when they just completely erasing the fact that you have to be at college for a certain amount of years to get certified to do things, and that's if you're good enough at college to do that stuff before if you don't quit. You know what I mean? It's not, like the fact that you take something so grand and turn it into something so small to make it just so you can say, just so you can. I mean, it's like I hate it when people do that because you ultimately. You're basically like you're taking somebody else's actual struggle and basically saying, well, it's so simple. All you have to do is just do these things without even specifying everything that goes along with it, because it's a much bigger thing than people tend to forget. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's bad advice. I'm saying that it's very, very, very tone deaf. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also for also people only that's like literally 15 minutes of an entire day. You have absolutely no clue what I actually do or what I've actually done. So, so to be able to like for all you know, I could be working on my CDL. I'm not because I can't stay on the road that long because road hypnosis actually causes me to go to sleep on the road a lot. Um, but I am actually taking online courses to learn things. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating, and it's taking a really long time to do. But I am learning things in my spare time. I am trying to get certified in certain things. I'm just not that smart. But like I said, I do appreciate the love that I'm getting from that perspective. But like, stop trying to make it because y'all trying to make it seem like it's easy to get these things. It's not. It also, kind of like somebody was just saying, get a better job. It's like I hate this phrase the most. We really do need to like unlearn this phrase because if getting a better job was as easy as just saying so, I would have never made the video to begin with. I can't just walk into a place and be like, okay, guys, I work here now. This is my job. Go ahead and go ahead and here's my address. Just go ahead and just send everything over there. I'll sign it later and give it back to you. I still have to get hired. You can say apply for a job. You can say apply for a job, but you can't say get a job because getting a job is not your choice. If they don't want to hire you, you will not get hired. And there's no better person who learned that than me. Okay, so there's that. Um, then there's people who like another thing I noticed is that like another attempt at being tone deaf that I've noticed is that like there's people out there that clearly benefit from the system that we all currently live in, so they just can't fathom the idea that the system that they benefited so hard from for so long doesn't benefit everyone. So they love saying this whole, well, this thing worked for me. They'll always say stuff like, well, the thing that you're frustrated with has worked for me. All you have to do is get it to work for you. And it's kind of like, and the thing is that like I can't stress enough that we're all different people. What works for you probably might not work for somebody else, and there's nothing wrong with that. You definitely found your slot that you fit in, that you can actually like work within in order to benefit you. But just because it works for you doesn't mean it's going to work for me. And it's very frustrating to consistently hear, well, I did XYZ 1 2 3 ABC and it worked for me, but like you could work for you too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, everything up to that point just rounded to that last part. But but the fact of the matter is that like it's very tone deaf. Like I'm not going to shut down your personal experiences because you've definitely done some great things in your life in order to get to where you are, and I, for one, am very proud of you. But you can't just immediately assume that it's going to work for me also. I went on I went on plenty of journey listening to other people basically try to get me to do things that they wanted me to do because it worked for them, and it did not work for me the same way. It's a little traumatizing to hear that, but I wouldn't expect you to understand. Well, I'm not trying to traumatize you. I'm just trying to help, and I get it. I understand that, but I'm letting you know what you're doing. I understand the helpfulness of it, but it's not very helpful. Let's maybe try a different route. Okay. Then there's people who are like, man up, you big baby, and quit whining. This is malicious as hell, okay? You're not helping anything. You're not going to harass me or bully me or make me feel small in order to make me feel better, okay? It's like, because once again, I don't believe in tough love. It's abuse to me, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a nicer way to say that. You know what I'm saying? There's a nicer way to say all of that, but also all that stuff is not necessarily needs to be said because being upset about an actual grievance is not womanly. You know what I'm saying? It's just really weird. It's like I really don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of like turn things into things that are for specific genders, because the only difference between both genders is our reproductive organs or what they're used for. And also, believe it or not, as because I'm an ally of the LGBTQIA community, even that statement can be, you know. But the fact of the matter is that, like, I truly do believe, like, as long as there's a woman out there who can outlift more than me, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna ever think that being a man means being tough, because you as a man would probably get your butt kicked by Clarissa Shields or Ronda Rousey. I probably would too. Like, before you tell me to man up, challenge Clarissa Shields to a fist fight. That's all I'm saying. Um. And record it. Record it, definitely. Uh. Now there are the people who actually do have the good advice. People who are in fact telling me, like, go back to school, which I actually am considering doing, but it's expensive and I need to work. Like, in order for me to go to school, I would have to take time off of work to be able to do so. I can't do that right now. Secondly, obviously, the math ain't mathing crew, right? The people who are, like I say, capitalism works for me. Why is it not working for you? Oh, it is working for you. You're just lazy and you're misusing your money. You know what I'm saying? Those cats, because they're basically saying, oh, your check is actually bigger. Your check is actually bigger than it actually is, and it's like, I don't get paid every week. I get paid every 2 weeks. As I mentioned before in the other video, I work part time. And working full time equals a promotion, which which they have yet to actually provide to me yet. So, like, I would actually have to apply for the full time, get accepted for the full time, and be able to do this stuff. And the reason why, and the fact that I can't get full time is the reason why I'm actively job hunting right now. I'm still waiting to get hired, people. It's not as simple as just getting a job. I have to get hired for that job. So, but I will say this though, I do genuinely enjoy. Like, I also want to say this too. I do genuinely enjoy my job. My coworkers make the job environment very nice. There's no cutthroatness. There's no hostility. We're all just we're one big happy family there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody hates each other. Nobody's at each other's throats. There isn't any weirdness going on. It's just we all seem to get along. We're all different people who just all share the same goal. And I do enjoy, like, a funny story about, you see all that Nike in there that people have been trying to point out. They knew, a lot of my coworkers knew that I was financially in the pit, and rather than, obviously our uniform at the store is Nike gear. So you can actually go over there and buy Nike gear in order to get anything. But I didn't have enough money because I don't get paid enough. And I do have bills, guys. I do have, like, it's not just rent and the car. It's rent, the car, the food. I also have, like, debts I have to pay. You know what I'm saying? It's like I do have adult things that I have to deal with. So I take care of all these things with the check that I get from that job. Well, you need to get your hustle up and do some door dashing. If I can barely pay for my rent and pay for gas, what makes you think that I'm going to be able to drive places to do that? This is a small city. I keep saying this. Like, I can't do gig work in a small city because all the gigs have all the people that they need. You know what I'm saying? It's very complicated. I would literally have to drive to the next city over to get gigs, do the gigs over there, and then drive all the way back, which is still gas. So literally I will be doing DoorDash for gas money. Well, your gas ain't that expensive. Oh, if you only do. So there's that. Like, I'm not knocking DoorDash. I'm just saying, like, if DoorDash were to provide me with the gigs that I need, I will do them. But the fact of the matter is that, like, and I feel like I kind of want, and I'm leading into this a little bit, the fact that I need to get a DoorDash in order to just be able to pay for rent, it doesn't say anything about me just being a crappy worker or just a terrible person, as much as it says that the system that we're in is messed up. Do you understand? $700 rent for any other job out there that was paying just a little bit more would be enough to just keep your head afloat, and you'll be able to save up a little bit of money. But the fact is that it's still possible to get this money that people that is so ridiculously low that it's unbelievable to believe that anybody can get this kind of money and like still kind of be underwater a little bit. You know what I mean? Like clearly, like I understand that it's really hard to believe that it's possible for somebody to get this wage, get these payments and all these other things and still end up with this kind of check. But it's like it's very possible. If you guys have actually interacted with the working poor before, you would know that. It wouldn't surprise you. Like taxes get taken away. For me, there's this thing, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called ESPP, that gets taken away too, and also money gets taken out of my check for retirement. And I actually had to tell a guy this in the other video, and this dude was like, "Well, you're clearly not paying enough. You're clearly paying too much for retirement." And in my brain, I wanted to scream out, "Paying? They're taking the money out. Like paying means I have a choice. Paying means I have a choice." Why? Oh man, I really thought the bells was getting better, and I don't think it is. It's like they're taking it out. Like I can't just tell them, "Hey, can you guys not take money out for retirement?" I can't just do that. It's just wild, bro. Like these people don't know what it's like to be poor. So there's that. But it's very clear that like there is a lot of miscalculations. There's clearly some things that I just forgot to mention, and but also people just don't want to read the people just didn't want to read the pinned comment. People didn't want to read the description. Nothing. It was just because I wasn't asking for advice. I was just venting. Once again, YouTube is my vent space. It has been for years now, and y'all would probably know that if you actually watched my older videos or maybe commented or seen any of those. But one dude was like, "You're just trying to get attention. Aren't we all? It's YouTube." Content creators literally make money by getting attention. We're all trying to get attention. That's not even a bad thing anymore. Like, bro, we all kind of need attention. We all need positive attention. We all need somebody to pat us on the head, give us a kiss on the forehead, and tell us it's going to be okay. We all need that. And if you don't think that you need that, you're not a manly man. You're a psychotic person who just, you thrive off of pain and chaos. And that's fine. Just get that away from me. Okay? I want a world where everybody loves each other, where everybody's nice to each other, where everybody is kind to each other. Well, that's not realistic. That's fine. That's fine if it's not realistic. You know what else wasn't realistic? Technology, the very technology that we're using right now. Cell phones used to not be a thing, and then they were. Computers used to not be a thing, and then they were. People being nice to each other is currently not a thing until it can be. And I will be that guy who is nice to people. Well, you're not nice to Republicans. They don't deserve kindness yet. Oh, I really hate how my face looks. The bells is really not picking up, man. It sucks. But yeah. Another big thing too is that there was a lot of people. Somebody, like I said, the people who I know for a fact read the title and didn't really focus on anything else, are the people who I've been having to get rid of their comments because of the fact that it just gets annoying after a while. Some people's like, "You're just begging on YouTube for money," when in the video I actually say that I'm not begging for money. I'm not asking people for money, and I never try to really ask people for money. I try my best not to do that because I try my best not to beg people for money or ask people for money because in order to do that, I always feel like I have to pay people back. I'm poor, so I don't think I'll be able to have the means to pay people back. So the way I see it is that rather than be in debt to people who's gonna want me to pay them back, I would rather just not do that. I'm not trying to be in more debt. I'm gonna work what I can, how I can, to get the money that I need to get to where I need to go to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna work any job that hires me and just get my money that way, even if it even if it's by the pennies. You know what I'm saying? It's very frustrating, but it's not. It's very frustrating, but it's not impossible. That's my whole thing. Would I like to get donations and stuff like that? Absolutely. But I'm not looking. But I don't like asking people for money though. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to, let anybody think that I'm grifting them. I'm not trying to go to have anybody thinking that I am trying to get your money. I'm not. But I will say this: I will have my Cash App thing in the description below, and if you want to help me out, by all means, it's a nice thing to do. I appreciate it, but the thing that I would like for y'all to do is just go on my other videos. Just watch my other videos. I've been doing this for a really long time, and I would like for people to be able to, you know, I would like for that to be noticed. At the very least. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, give a comment, do a like, give a share. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of just getting angry comments from really ticked off Republicans and Trump supporters and white supremacists who get aggravated with me because I made shorts that hurt their feelings. You know what I'm saying? I would like for people to just be able to. I would like for people to just kind of have an idea of what kind of person I am. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't want you to be like, you're preaching the word, brother, and I want to I want to be devoted to every single thing you say, because that's not that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not looking for a cult. I'm not looking for a cult of personality. I just want it to be seen. But also I want this to be that video right there. I also noticed that there was like a lot of people there who also were going through the same stuff that I'm going through. You're also going through the same plight that you're enduring, what I'm also enduring. And honestly, and your page has no content. You're going through what I'm going through, but your page has no content. You have nothing on there. You should be saying this stuff too. It's election season. We are people who are being ignored right now. You should be getting on YouTube as well, basically saying, hi, I'm a voter. I'm a real person. This is what I want from my president. Matter of fact, this is what I want from anybody who I vote for. I want them to be able to do this for me, do that for me, do this for me, because I have to deal with this every day and that every day and this every day and that every day. I'm tired of dealing with these things, and the person that I'm voting for is going to stop these things from happening. You should be also doing that. You should also be like airing out your grievances. You should not be holding it all in and being frustrated. Because holding it in and retaining your pain is not strength. You're just letting the world just run you over. Because if you don't tell your bully to stop, they'll think that it's okay to keep bullying you. If you don't say, hey, this stuff sucks, then whoever or whatever is happening to you just seems normal. Do you really want to normalize your pain and normalize your trauma? Neither do I. Which is why I always pop up and I say, this sucks. Being an alpha male sucks. Being a Republican kind of sucks. Being a white supremacist sucks. Hating people because of who they are rather than what they do sucks. Being mean sucks. Bullying sucks. All these things sucks. Being poor doesn't suck, by the way. It's making people poor that sucks. Because being poor is just a byproduct of something that's actually happening. You didn't choose to be. Being poor isn't a choice. Nobody just wait. No, you've never heard of a rich person say, you know what? I don't feel like having money anymore. You never heard that. If you think that rich people are awesome, by the way, I'm going to probably make another video about my perspective on rich people, but I already have before. I also made videos about what I would do if I had $1 billion. I got like a lot of money-based episodes now that I think about it. But the fact of the matter is that like this video was ultimately just kind of like me trying to sort of clear up some discrepancies from my last video. And on the weekly vlog that I'm going to do on Monday, I'm going to get that taken care of. In the meantime, I do appreciate y'all for popping up. I do appreciate y'all for listening. Thanks again. I just hope that my other videos may become as successful as that video did, and that's about it. But like I said, like if you want to donate, just understand that I probably won't be able to pay you back, and I'm very sorry about that, because once again, I'm just some poor guy who's just trying to survive out here. Okay. In the meantime, though, but if you really want to help out, just watch my other videos, okay? Like, I'm not even looking for it to get monetized. I don't expect to get monetized anytime soon because once again it involves watching my other videos and people didn't want to watch them. I've been doing this for 20 years and nobody wanted to watch beforehand. Manifest good things. I would like to get monetized and I would hope to get monetized, but if I don't, no big deal. If I do, yay, thanks. Also, because I crave interaction, if you feel like there's something that you would like for me to talk about or bring up in my next video, please be sure to comment on that below, and let me know. Let me know what you want me to do. I'm not a wind-up doll, so I probably won't do it if I don't like it. But I do like the idea of interacting with people and letting them know what I can and can't, will and won't do. And in the meantime, though, love, peace, happiness, and care for all of you out there. And thanks again. Really, truly, thanks again.